She was the best at school, actually. Oh boy, who do we got tonight? Let me check the calendar real quick. Oh my God, it's the Lakers.
Oh, Lakers.
Let's do this. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show. Presented by nobody. We're here in the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Nuggets Lakers. Big one tonight. So big that we decided to just clear out and run the two-man game. I'm here with D-Line.
That's right. Yeah, we can't have anybody running interference, getting in the way. No one hanging out in the dunker. That's for goddamn sure.
Definitely nobody in the dunker tonight. We do have Brennan Vogt at Ball Arena, though, as he almost always is. So we'll get the inside report from him in the post-game show. But Nuggets Lakers, I'm going to start with this. This game, I hate myself for this.
Oh, boy.
Because when Jokic went down, I was like, oh, this is going to suck. And then it became awesome. And it was like, why did I ever think that, you know? And we rode it for a while. And then I was in a groove of like, I'm excited for every game. But then this one game happened.
Yeah.
Just one game. And it was the second night of a back-to-back. There's all these reasons. They were shorthanded even more than usual. But they got killed and they looked so outclassed that I'm like, man, am I excited for the game tonight?
Bro, same thing. I, just like you, found a newfound excitement and love in watching some of these players develop that like fun early on development stage, watching P-Watt grow before our very eyes.
It was great.
Watching Jamal Murray like fully bloom into the player we all thought he could be, and not only doing it with, but without Nikola Jokic. It was like every night was such a treat. And last game was the worst game I've ever watched in my adult life. And I was like, God damn it, when are we getting Jokic back? Like, I'm over it. Like, I feel like I got everything I could get out of this. Yeah. And now I'm immediately back to, oh God, like,
can we reset our brains though? Let's reset the way. Come on, meet me here.
I'm going to try, but I'm an adult man. Like,
because the Nuggets, I think their problem is that they're just so tiny. But Aaron Gordon makes them slightly less tiny.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Slightly less tiny.
And I mean, look, that's a big deal.
No, it's a huge deal. And they could totally win tonight, but I'm over this.
Yeah, beating the Lakers shorthanded would be pretty fun, though.
It would be fun, but we already like made enough points. Like,
no. Make it to the Lakers, though. We haven't made it to them.
How many points? Like, we keep sweeping them. Like, it's
so
like,
true.
Like we made our coach became their arch villain. It's
yeah,
like
that happened.
They have fallen so far.
Really?
Yes,
dude.
I don't even care. Dude, honestly, like when I see that the Nuggets are playing the Lakers during rivalry week, I'm like, are they our rivals?
I know.
Are they?
I can't believe it. I still think that they are. The Lakers are 25-16. They are one game in the loss column behind our beloved Denver Nuggets, I believe. Is that right? Did I say one or is it two? It is one. It is two games in the loss column. So no matter what, they can't pass us tonight.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right. So no matter what, which is kind of a big deal because the Lakers sit in the 6 seed, Denver in the 3 seed. We've been holding on to this spot for so long, and we still have it. Tonight's game will not have us drop any further. That's the nice thing, no matter what. But if you win, pushes the Lakers down back below the Suns, which would be pretty fun.
I mean, listen, we honestly should be excited because if we just pretend last game didn't happen, which I'm more than willing to do.
It's so true.
I'm willing to sign a social contract with everybody that it never gets mentioned again, and we just pretend it. We just fold time, and it never happened. And we should still be like, man, this is awesome. We're going to see P-Watt flex against Jared Vanderbilt, the original P-Watt.
Oh, yeah. He's the original P-Watt.
And we're going to see Luka complain, and we're going to get to make fun of him. And like all of these things that always feel good. But at the same point in time, like, man, this has already proven to me enough. Like, I want to see it all put together.
Well, let me tell you about the Lakers here recently. They have only won 2 of their last 7.
Dang.
Or better way to put it, lost 5 of their last 7. They lost to the Spurs, got blown out. They lost to the Bucks very narrowly. Bucks, God, Bucks are a little two-faced team. Sometimes they suck. Sometimes they're semi-decent.
I know. Part of me wants to just be like, man, they suck. And then I remember how the Nuggets, like what the Hornets think the Nuggets look like.
Well, hold on. Then they lost to Sacramento. And by the way, after this last loss, David Adelman took to the podium and kind of shouted out Sacramento. Like, I don't know if you guys seen what they've been doing, but this time of year, you win with energy. And so a team like Sacramento is sneaking up on a lot of people right now because they bring energy every night. So there you go. They beat Atlanta, although everybody's beating Atlanta. Have you seen this? Atlanta with CJ McCollum.
The off-season darlings.
They've had a rough go, though, because they were playing very well. And then Trae Young came back, and it was horrible. So then they benched him,
Right.
got CJ McCollum. It's been horrible since they got CJ McCollum. It's kind of tough, man. And man, you've never seen a fan base hate a player more than the Hawks hate CJ McCollum.
Really?
Because he's just good enough that he feels like he's your number one option, but he's not. And so it's like
I think they're going through a Cam Johnson thing.
maybe.
It takes a
I
little
think they
time.
might be resetting their expectations because their season has gone a little south. Then they lost, the Lakers, that is, lost to the Charlotte Hornets. And not only did they lose, they
Losers.
kind of got blown out.
Yeah, what a losers. To the Charlotte
Dude,
Hornets.
I'm telling you, Charlotte keeps getting teams. Then they lost to the Portland Trailblazers. And then just on Sunday, they beat the Toronto Raptors 110-93. Pretty impressive win, actually, because the Raptors, you got to play against them. And they got that one. The story with them is obviously the Luka Doncic, LeBron James synergy, which since Austin Reeves has gone out, which has been quite a while now, those two guys are starting to figure out how to play together a little bit.
Just not over the last 7.
Just not over the last 7. Well, here's what's so funny, dude, about cover. This only the Lakers get this treatment where they could lose the games. You're like, but they're playing so well together. They're really reading.
Meanwhile, Atlanta's lost 2 in a row. You're like, well, they're done for the year.
suck.
They're out.
Worst trade ever.
5 of the last 7 these
So
bozos have
true.
lost. We're like, well, they're starting to really figure it out. 2 of the top 10 players in the last 20 years.
Well, here's the thing, man, is the Lakers can't guard anyone. They are just a hopeless defensive team. They can score, though. They can put some points up, and they can be a difficult team to cover. They are 9th in offensive rating, but defensively, absolute joke. 25th best defensive team. And it really is, like, a lot of this really is Luka, man.
Of course it is.
I mean, a lot of it is they don't have other good defenders, so he has to actually guard. They don't have anybody to save him. But he also just doesn't guard, man. That guy takes more plays off than anyone in the NBA.
This is the craziest thing is that as wrong as Nico was, he wasn't totally wrong.
I know.
Like, there is such a fatal flaw in Luka Doncic's game. And, like for all of the flack that Nikola Jokic takes for not playing defense because he doesn't play defense traditionally like a center does.
Yeah.
Luka just straight up does not play defense. And he just gets blown by. And he's like obstinate about it. And like he's constantly behind the play.
Constantly.
And he's always arguing. His man is always like beating him up the court. And like the transition defense is a disaster. But he's so transcendent on the other end that you're like, oh, it's fine.
Well, here's the thing. Remember, we'd always say whenever Jokic would play Luka, it's like, oh, they went out drinking the night before. And Jokic's going to be bad. Maybe that happened still.
For sure.
And now, but Jokic's not playing, so what does it matter? Just Luka's going to be hungover.
I'm ready to go into mail form corner. I want to see how Luka's doing physically, or like whether or not he's still cover of Men's Health Weekly worthy.
Well, report from Ball Arena. Vote said in person looks pretty good.
Okay.
So what do you know? Oh, by the way, I do have a report for you. Saw Con Knipple the other day.
You gave me this report earlier.
I had no idea that he had a Kyle Lowry caboose.
Whoa.
This guy, unbelievable, man.
Con Cathickle?
Pickle, he's right there behind Yabusele in terms of booty.
Bro,
I couldn't believe it.
that can't be.
I didn't expect
Yabusele?
it either. Came out like behind him. I mean,
Behind?
Yabusele, well,
Dude, but for real,
going
like
too far here.
That's got to be like 2 completely different plans. Yabusele isn't built like any other person I've ever seen that wasn't in a rap video.
Well, the reason it really stood out to me is because you look at Con Knipple and you're like, how is this guy an NBA player? Didn't have a body. But then seeing him, I was like, man, he's got these huge thighs. You're like, I guess he's got some power in his legs.
Mail form
corner
in
early.
person?
In person.
But this sounds like you were more intimidated than oogling.
Yeah, well, I just was more shocked is really what it was. Any other thoughts here before we move on? Because I really want to talk about the next topic. This is a tough one. I mean, if Denver wins this one, it really is a big deal.
No, listen, as much as we're downplaying and just kind of making fun of this era, this moment that we're in, this is always big. Like Western Conference games count as two. It really is like a big deal. And yes, you're fighting for final pole position, and the Nuggets have absolutely held serve to a certain degree. They've not fallen, but like, their aspirations are much higher than just making the playoffs.
Right. And the Lakers at the moment, I think their aspiration is making the playoffs.
The Lakers at this point are like hoping that they can compete for next year's in-season tournament.
That's definitely on the table here. Let me move on to the next one, though, because, when you're not on the show, you see what the people are saying, and what are the comments. And I find it funny, but also it's just the way it is. I'm not even mad. Fans will go, you have one bad game. Would you say that the non-Jokic era so far, where he's been out, has gone very well? There have been like some great revelations.
It's been incredible. Are you kidding?
It's been great. And yet they lose one game, and all of a sudden it's like, the coach, this is on the coach. I'm telling you right now, this team is unserious. No. They didn't bring the energy and all these things. And I wanted to speak to it, but the phenomenon.
Of course. It's called being a prisoner of the moment.
Yeah.
Here are other prisoner of the moment cells that people are locked in.
Yeah.
Christian Brown sucks.
Yeah, he sucks right now. Or sucks. He just sucks forever.
Cam Johnson overpaid.
Yeah, overpaid.
What else is currently? Val stinks. I mean, like, it's just out of sight, out of mind.
Stinks.
Poor
Val. Yeah.
Maybe I haven't seen that one, but maybe that's what I think. I don't even know.
Well, here's the thing is, after the game, David Adelman did not do, and I said this on the show where I was very curious how he'd handle a blowout loss where the team just got completely outclassed. And he did not handle it the way Michael Malone did, where Michael Malone would come out, no matter what, even sometimes you knew Michael Malone didn't truly believe it, he was going to rip his team and just say, if you think that's how we're going to win in this league, blah, blah, blah. David Adelman had a much more measured approach. It was not excuse making, but it was also a complete and total acceptance. Of like, hey, we came out, didn't like how we had the energy, we weren't able to do this or that, pulled the plug early, and, on to the next one. And I think fans sometimes, in the emotional aftermath of a butt whooping, especially at home, you want a coach that comes out and says, and Adelman was the opposite. And before I talk about it, I just want to ask, what do you think? I like this game. What do you think of just that part of David Adelman, that he doesn't seem to be the type of guy that's going to rip his team publicly after a bad effort?
I love it, dude. That's exactly what I would do. You have to be a realist in this league. Yeah. You can ride young players this way, but you can't do it to vets. You can't just be. Vets know the deal. Like, they've been around, and you also know that sometimes you just there's too many games in the NBA. Like, even though I honestly have the feeling I wish there was a game every night because I love watching them, some nights are just terrible. Like, they're garbage. Back-to-backs are literally, in my estimation, they are an act of fraud being committed by the NBA against its fans. They're a Ponzi scheme.
Dude, seeing the entire arena filled last game, and then being like, man, people paid a lot of money to come watch this one. I'm saying,
man, it's just it doesn't even make sense. Like, I don't even understand the concept of the back-to-back. Like, why? Why would you run your guys into the ground and then expect them to be entertaining?
Yeah, I understand it as well. But here's the thing. I think that there is no right way about this. I think it is all a balance, because there are times you have to rip your team even when they played semi-decent, because you have to say, yes, but our standard is here. There are times when the moment calls for that. And there are times to be what you said was a realist, which is to understand my team is fighting like hell right now in the absence of all these players, not just Jokic, but Cam Johnson, Christian Brown, Big Val. And in last night's game, Aaron Gordon as well. Be realistic too. My team's fighting like hell. Tonight they didn't. But they have been. This is a blip, and balance it. And I think that was Adelman's approach. And I actually like it. If it becomes a trend, then it becomes a concern. But I think that he actually has his finger on the pulse of, we have to be smart and not let these things become negative energy into our locker room. We played bad. We all know it. On to the next.
Exactly. And it's not, he's not trying to correct bad habits, bad approach, a cancerous locker room, the wrong message, inmates running the asylum, nothing like that. It's like, at that point, that's when you have to start to be the disciplinarian and the hard ass, the drill sergeant. But it's like, you got Jokic on this team. Like, you think Jokic is going to allow there to be a bunch of tomfoolery?
Well, I mean, more to the point, you have a bunch of veterans on this team,
Exactly.
and they're handling.
And one of them is
and it's
Nikola
not
Jokic.
needed, and one of them is Jokic. But here's the one thing I will say though: the Nuggets' mentality in that game to me was one of, we're probably not going to win this game.
Yeah.
And it was because Aaron Gordon wasn't there. I think even having Aaron Gordon, you feel like, okay, well, at least we have somebody that can play physically. I don't think the team feels that way about Daron Holmes and about Zeke Naji, as we'll talk about here in just a second. But I thought the Nuggets in that game approached it as, let's go out there and see what happens. Oh my God, they're grabbing every rebound. Yes. They're making some shots. We're not making any. And it was a quick pull. Like, Adelman played the guys through the third quarter, but the guys only played through the first quarter, I thought. Jamal Murray, Tim Hardaway, a lot of these guys, second, third quarter, there was a little bit of a, we just got to get through this one. And I don't love that. But at the same time, I understand it once. You know what I mean? If it happens tonight, you come out tonight and the team doesn't have energy, I look at that and say, you know what? There needs to be a different approach because this cannot linger for a while. But it is worth noting that I thought the Nuggets sort of had a quit in them in this last game that to me was fully understandable and not concerning, but is at the doorstep of concerning if it happens again.
Yeah, it's if you come out with that kind of effort on a night like tonight where you're not on a back-to-back, that speaks to something larger than just being swallowed by the realities in an NBA season on one night.
Also, this is a Western Conference team. The Hornets, I always say this, Eastern Conference, like, teams know those games are just filler.
It's true. It's true. I mean, and I'm with you too. I believe they came out in earnest. I think they came out and wanted to win that game, and like they just clanked like the first 20 shots, and it was like, yeah, this is
it's probably not going to go that great.
It's not going to go great. So whatever. I mean, again, and also I thought we made a promise to each other to never talk about this game again.
I don't know what I was doing.
What the hell are we doing?
So that being said, I kind of understand why fans are that way, but I like Adelman's approach. We'll just have to see how it plays off in the long term. Real quick, we do have a starting five for the Denver Nuggets. Do you want to hear it?
Let me guess. Are they starting Jamal Murray?
Yes.
Okay. Are they starting? Spencer Jones.
Kind of gets
Spencer
harder.
Jones.
Yes.
Are they starting Aaron Gordon?
Yes.
Are they starting Peyton Watson?
Yes.
And are they starting Zeke?
No. Jalen Pickett. So they are small tonight with Aaron Gordon matched up with DeAndre Ayton.
So AG is the center?
Well, here's one interesting thing about this lineup. The Lakers, they roll a big to the rim. It's usually Ayton, but they roll a big. They like to run pick and roll. This is a lineup that says just switch everything. You're going to have to play a lot of ISO. Now, they can beat you in ISO too because they have some good players. But this is a lineup that just says, one, I don't know that we trust our bigs to do the job anyway. And two, we're going to play this small, switchy style. And let's see if you guys can guard us now, where we have, you look at this, this is four creators. Murray, Pickett, Watson, Gordon, four guys that can create.
And for snipers.
You got shooters on the court if you can make them. They're not, other than Jamal, they're not guaranteed make guys.
But they're all like 40% shooters.
Yes, but they are all 40%. Yeah.
Like I've been saying this the whole time. Like this is the era of the 3-point shot for the Denver Nuggets, which is when Jokic is out, where you don't have the the presence in the paint that you can count on. You don't necessarily have. Your program, All NBA, put out a graphic at a certain point illustrating that without Jokic, the Nuggets have literally zero post presence, like nothing.
Yeah, they're the lowest post presence. I think the only post presence they have right now is Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon,
which is insane. Yeah. But that's okay. Like, so just you got shooters, you can make it happen for yourself. Like, so I wouldn't be surprised if we just see them raining holy hellfire from behind three again.
Denver needs to bring their 3-point shooting early and often tonight. It's absolutely essential for it. But it is a small lineup, and it brings me to the next point that we have on the docket here, which is rebounding. To me, that game was about shooting, because if they would have shot the ball well, it would have done it. But even more than shooting, it was about, and I had a very close seat to this thanks to Red Hawk Roofing. Gave me some tickets, so I was very nice. Had a great view, especially in the first quarter. Had a great view. It wasn't even bird's eye, man. I was more like a tree squirrel's view.
It's more of a Red Hawk Roofing joke.
Oh, I see. But this is what I would say. This was
Hawk Roofing.
This is more of like a 2-story view.
Sure.
Gotcha. I had a great angle at it. But Daron Holmes, man, in that game, I don't know if it translated to TV. Obviously, the numbers did. The rebounding disadvantage the Nuggets were at in that game. But watching it in person, Daron Holmes would have position. He would know his only job out there was you have to grab a rebound. He would start to box out, and he would just get pushed to wherever he wanted. The other guy wanted him to.
Stuffed in a box.
And you watch him on that, and I go, man, he has so far to go as a rebounder. And I don't know if he's a center. He's a rookie. None of this is like super damning. But I do think, and I thought the energy of the team, because I was right behind the bench, the energy of the team was, I don't know if this guy's going to be able to rebound for us tonight, which means they're going to get 2 shots every time down court. And the team, I don't think they were mad at him. I think they understood. But there was a lot, and even Murray in his post-game comments, when he talked about it, he said, we actually had energy tonight. What we didn't have is they got 3 possessions every time down the court. We never got a second chance opportunity. And he's not throwing Daron under the bus. He's just stating of what it was tonight was we couldn't grab any rebound.
Yeah, he's not throwing him under the bus because he's not matched up against him under the basket, which
then he might have.
Then he might have, like everyone else, thrown him under the bus.
Is it hopeless to like Daron Holmes has some talents, but if you're asking him to be a big man in his rookie season, I just think that guy needs like 15, 20 pounds of muscle before he can do that.
There's no question. He is, we've seen what he is good at, which is his shot is, I would consider for his size and position deadly. Like he is, he's got like kind of an interesting body. Like he's got interesting movements. He's usually good for like 1 or 2 3-point shots, and then
3-point shots legit.
And then everything else sort of like falls apart. So I'm with you. Like he's got a little Zeke to me, like a little early Zeke, but maybe to your point earlier, like maybe not as fleet of foot, which is not a great combination.
And just not as heavy, man. Like
he's got to get strong. He's got to get stronger in the offseason. There's just no way around it.
I think guys like Daron, you look at him and say like, okay, he can shoot and he can do a little bit of everything. But in a game like that one, it was like, we don't need you to do everything. We actually need you to do one thing: box out and rebound. And it's like, I can do a little bit of that. It's like, well, we need you to. I can do a little bit of everything. It's like, no. We need you to do a lot of that. And he just couldn't do it. And I honestly think like, until Big Val gets back, until Jokic gets back, the Nuggets are going to have a rebounding problem. Now, the Lakers don't rebound the ball particularly well. They're average at it. So we'll see. But it is one thing that to me paints how I view Daron. Mm-hmm. He's in year 2.
Yeah.
You got 1 more year before you're extension eligible, 2 more years before you become a restricted free agent. And I look at it and I go, if he really works himself for the next 8 months, he could get to the position to where he maybe is a stronger rebounder. But I don't think physically he can at this point. I really don't.
No, because you build muscle in the offseason, and he spent his whole offseason rehabbing his torn ACL or his Achilles. Like, so, he was behind the 8 ball to begin with. And I don't mean Peyton Watson. But he really just hasn't had time to do it. It's kind of like what happened to Jamal Murray. It's like in these off seasons where you would typically think he would be getting stronger, getting better, getting ready to come into camp. It was like he was rehabbing something.
Yeah. So. There's something to it, man. So it's just my note on Daron that at the moment, I know people were mad. They wanted to give him a shot, do this or that, and he has some talents. But I really do think his spot right now is probably more in the G League. I mean, right now it'll be here for the next couple of games, hopefully even less than that, till reinforcements arrive. But to me, he has some interesting skill. I still like him as a prospect, but physically, it's tough to be a big in the NBA when you're young, unless you're just a freak of nature athletically, and I don't think he is. I think he's like a true power forward.
He's a freak of nature in that he has like really long arms.
Yeah.
He's got a really like freakish frame.
I told you my comp for him. Sticks. Jalen Smith. Yeah. I think he's Jalen Smith.
Could be. Jalen Smith is much stronger than he is, much more of a tree trunk. But like,
they call him sticks.
He's got a fair, although more of a trunk than a stick. But point being, I don't wholeheartedly reject that at all. I don't know. Like, he just has to get stronger. Like, he just has to. That's all there is to it.
I don't think he's a terrible player, but if he's going to be asked, if it's not be a jack of all trades, it's go rebound. It's like, that's going to be a tough ask for him, in my opinion. My humble opinion. Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use the code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer and find out why whatever the moment. Never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Superstar Dev gave us some picks today.
Man, last time he did this, he
was trolling
us.
Yeah, I don't think he's trolling tonight.
We'll see. I honestly don't know his picks. I'm a little upset that I am going to delivered them. He did this specifically to me last time.
Yeah.
But we'll start as we always do. We'll look at the game through the eyes of the sharp. Vegas. How does Vegas see this game? Vegas believes that the Denver Nuggets are 3-point underdogs at home against the LA Lakers.
They're shorthanded.
They're getting 3 points at home to the LA Lakers. That is a bit of a tough pill to swallow, but I guess I can understand the reasoning. I'm going to take the money line. I'm definitely taking I'm taking the points. Denver Nuggets minus 105 plus 3. Absolutely. I think they'll win outright. I mean, you can get the money line
really
plus 135. Yeah, dude. I mean, listen, I watched the Nuggets take down the Celtics. I watched the Nuggets take down the 76ers. I watched the Nuggets take down very impressive opponents.
I'm not feeling it, but I am betting it. So,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't always have to be the same thing.
Yeah, of course not.
All right, what does Dev say? Let's look at this. These guys have done. Okay, so of course we start off on the other side. He's got Luka Doncic over 31.5 points at minus 115. Who's going to be guarding him tonight?
It's a good question.
Is it going to be Jamal?
Peyton? Maybe Spencer Jones?
Yeah.
Because you got Aaron Gordon and Spencer Jones for LeBron and Luka. But like I said, I think they're just going to switch a lot tonight.
Right. That's going to be interesting. So, I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, I hate it, but I don't hate the bet. I'm just not going to touch
Jones.
it.
If Spencer Jones is guarding Luka, Luka's going to get about 14 free throws.
I was going to say Spencer Jones will foul out in the first 10 minutes of this game if that's the case. Okay, what else do we got here? Player prop. He believes Aaron Gordon over 6.5 rebounds at minus 130. Yes.
I love this bet. It would have been my lock, but because Aaron Gordon was sitting there watching what was happening.
Yes.
He's like, all right, these guys are getting pushed around. I got to go out there and rebound.
Yes, and he's good at rebound. He's a good rebounder. I'm willing to say it. And what do we got for our lock? Yeah, let's take a look. Lock from Dev's.
Not a lot of defense on that side.
From Dev's mouth to our ears. Jamal Murray over 27.5 points, minus 115. I like this. Obviously, Jamal Murray has been on an absolute tear, except for last game, but we're not talking about that game anymore ever again.
That game allowed him to rest.
Yeah. So he's going to come out firing. No, I love where Jamal is at. I love where his headspace is. I just love what he's been doing. He's been taking care of business. I really do think we're going to get a lot of 3-point shots tonight. I'm going to take Tim Hardaway Jr.'s threes.
Oh, this is the easiest bet to talk me into. You can say it. I don't even know.
It's so fun.
You can do it every single time. Wait, how many threes?
Let's take. Well, I have him down for at least 3 threes. Let's see.
Okay, 2.5. So
let's see where his over under is.
Man, minus money here.
Threes made minus money. Tim Hardaway Jr. Yeah, minus for over 2.5. That's still it's minus money, but it is money.
It is money.
You're gonna get money. Yeah. You can parlay that with. I also like Jamal Murray. I just think we're gonna get a lot of threes tonight. What about this one? Jalen Pickett over 1.5.
Oh, man.
What about this one? Bruce Brown Jr. 1.
Man, another one. Yeah.
Although, looking at his recent history, Bruce Brown in his last 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 1.
I kind of like Jamal Murray here. 3.5. It's a lot, but you know what?
He's going to shoot a lot.
If we're going to win tonight, it's going to be because Jamal Murray gets going.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to see threes tonight. I know it.
That we got?
I think so. I mean, do you have anything else that you feel like is worth discussing?
This game's a tough one for me, man. It's a tough one.
To me, this one doesn't mean anything, but it kind of means everything.
Yeah.
But it also means nothing.
It doesn't mean anything. But
it might mean everything.
We got one super chat. It comes from the History Channel 5280.
Oh, no.
D-line, I bet you one nugget. Gordon scores 3+ threes. Ooh, I like that one. Plus 285. You and Adam are currently tied at last with minus 1 nugget each. Wind is in the lead at 1 nugget. I don't know what I did to do this.
You took a bad bet that you didn't realize you were taking.
I took a bet?
Yeah.
Do you remember this, Cal?
Yeah, dude.
I don't really understand this bit.
I don't understand either, but we welcome all bets.
Fine. Listen, hey, I bet you 2 nuggets, dude. I'm willing. I want to go. I don't want to get back to even.
5,000 nuggets?
I mean, 20 nuggets. He doesn't do that.
Is that how many Shroot bucks? All right, everybody. Are we doing a watch along? I don't remember. Yeah, we're doing a watch along. So we're going to head over to the watch along set. Hope you enjoyed the pregame. Nuggets Lakers up next.